Going on, going on. I'm not sure if it's working. Yes, it's working on both. So this is going to be in English first, but just give me a second. En français, je vous fais une autre vidéo juste après. So I'm going to switch. You're going to see me switch because I'm having two streams at the same time. I just finished my Dr. Joe Dispenza marathon. It took me finally 7 months. I was giving myself a year, but with COVID, like everybody, I had a little bit more time to read in a period of 3 months. So quickly, my background with Dr. Joe Dispenza is when I lived in LA, I was part of this pilot talk show for the web. It was really new back then. And we were really involved in everything that was metaphysical, spiritual, and we ended up discovering Dr. Joe Dispenza through What the Bleep Do We Know? Like many people have discovered him. And I kind of followed him on and off for a period of 8 years. But 2 years ago, I fell on his You Are the Placebo book, and it really spoke to me. And I decided to dig into it. And it really helped me, I would say, in a general way to embrace a well-being state. But again, there I was on and off, like 3 months intensive, then let it go a little bit, or would come back 2 weeks intensive, let it go. And last year, we're talking about fall 2018, I digged into it and I felt this heart pop suddenly, but I didn't know what I was experiencing back then. And I had this whole heart opening, like the chakra opening and all, and it really, really, really brought me somewhere else. Like that was a pivoting moment, but yet I was not into the practice in a regular way. I'm admitting it. But I know, I follow him. I know it makes sense to me. I'm like hooked to his method and his teachings. And last year, about November, I'm telling myself, this is it. You are digging into it. I've put all my yoga books and Bibles aside, like literally put them in a locker. And I said, I'm giving myself, 2020 is going to be all about Dr. Joe Dispenza. I was planning, of course, to do one of his workshops and all. Now with COVID, it's on hold, but he has also great workshops online, and that's what I'm planning for the fall. So I decided to start from the beginning. I wrote to his team, which is amazing. And I asked, where should I start? Like, there's so many books now. Where should I start if I really want to dig? Because I told them I'm so on and off. And I feel like I'm not getting 100% the technique. So where do I start? So that's what they told me about the 2 books. But from what I've read, like on the response email, I decided to start with Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. This book is what made me understood the technique, the method, the how to really execute it. It's a great mix of the science behind it, his technique method, and a way to really develop what you want to track, what you want to create with your life. So I started with this book. Then I went to the other book they talked about, which is Evolve Your Brain, which I think came before being the Breaking the Habit. This much more scientific, but really amazing to really understand like the whole scientific approach and everything that exists like in this quantum field. Like truly, this really helped me for that. But I have to admit, it was a tiny bit too scientific for me. Like at some point, like I would read like 3 to 5 pages at a time. Like truly, I took the time to read this book. And then I ended up with his latest, Becoming Supernatural. And this, Dr. Joe, thank you. Like he said at the beginning, it is the word that means the most to him because he decided to not care about what the scientific world would say. Anyway, he has years and years of research behind his back and really bring together and spirituality and the technique. And as a yoga teacher, it really helped me also understand a lot of the yoga principles, which yoga was created more than 3,000 years ago out of intuition, out of inner connection. I mean, they didn't have back then technology to put them to attract their minds. I mean, it was all about cultivating oneself. So really, it brings, if we want in a more clear language, some of the yoga facts. It's not a yoga book, but there's a lot of things you'll see that are similar, and it's what really brought my practice to another level. There is this one exercise. I mean, my condo had been for sale for 4 years, on and off. And there's this one exercise when you see the symbol, I do it, and day one, I connect to what I called a buzz, like a kind of electrical buzz. And literally, I remember after the exercise, I went, oh my God, I think it's done. Like, it's sold. And I said, if it's not, I just connected to a higher level. I don't know what happened. The day after I got my offer, and truly with COVID, I was not expecting, like my ideal was somebody moving within 4 weeks, 30 days. The person moved within 3 weeks. So truly miracle. And I want to make a point, a very important point. In this world of, visualization, attraction, etc., there is a little bit this illusion of using it just to attract stuff first, but also that once we get it, everything's going to be placed and it's going to be perfect and we're going to become masters and life will be just flowing. No. Life has its ups and downs, and downs are not negative. It's just we put the negative connotation to it. And he says it himself. He has to do the work every day. Sometimes it's 45 minutes. Sometimes it takes him 2 hours to enhance his energy level. And I'm so happy I finished it yesterday, and I'm doing this with you guys today because I'm going to be frank with you guys. I am having a very challenging week right now. The isolation is getting to me, and I'm working, but the whole, I would say, COVID situation is getting to me this week. A lot of sad and negative news in Quebec. I'm not going to get into details, and it's not that I don't even watch the news that much, but being a caregiver, my mom does, and I have access sometimes to quickly the information. And matters of the heart. Anyway, it's just a lot of stuff that came to get to me this week. And you know what? I have this week to restart from scratch. I'm doing induction and just connecting to my heart. That's all I'm doing. And then when I'll be ready and when I'll be there, I'll attract whatever I need to attract next. So I just adore him because he's so true to what is to himself and all that there is. So this is it. If ever 4 books for you, it's like, oh my God, where should I start? I would say start with Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself to really get the technique. And then, depending on your life, if you're like, I want to dig more into it, go to Evolve the Brain. If you're dealing with ailments, even emotion-wise, go with the placebo. And if you feel after a couple of weeks or a couple of months, I would say more a couple of months, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself, you can jump to the next level, like really get even deeper, experiencing I forgot the name, the word. These in French we'll say des expériences de l'au-delà. But anyway, more mystical. Here we go. Experiences, and really go deeper. You jump to becoming supernatural. So that was it. I had to do this video to just share the word. Thank you, Dr. Joe Dispenza. And here you go. My clients, I've talked about him for the past 2 years intensively to you guys. So I'm doing this also for you and anyone out there that's is to bring very good, amazing energy and creation to their lives. Namaste.